Very well, Council. We resume proceedings.
Thank you. Relating to the Gambia government.
Yes,
and then the second one, which was guaranteed by the Social Security.
yes.
Okay, let's start with the Gambia government one, which is the earlier transaction.
Okay, that's it.
You have all the documents?
Yeah, this is it.
You have all the documents?
Yes, I do.
What documents do you have?
The business sale agreement and the various correspondent letters.
The business?
Sale agreement.
Okay. And the correspondence, the business sale agreement. Do it in order. Put the documents in order and give us everything you have. To tell us what the letter is about.
It talks about an agreement between government to purchase the Gambia factory at $2.7 million.
An agreement between government and Gambia Oil?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Thank you.
The second one talks about a letter saying that we write to inform that the government is in the process of buying the assets of a named company. That's the second one. While the one on the 24th December 2010 also talks about the purchase.
All right. Okay. Is that all?
Yes, and then you have we have copy of the bank guarantee of the board resolution from Social Security for that. We also have the banking facility that was sent to the Ministry of Finance from the bank.
Okay, that is in relation to the second part of the transaction.
Yes.
Okay, can you put that aside? Let's just have the business sales agreement.
Okay.
What is the date?
The government of the Republic of the Gambia, acting through the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs.
Okay.
The Honorable Minister Mamburu Njai.
Very well. Okay. Now tell us who signed and for whom.
For Gambia, you had Mohamed Bazi and Amadou Samba signing.
Are you sure Mr. Samba signed?
Yes, sir.
He did sign the agreement?
Yes, signature is here.
Okay, very well. On behalf of government?
I can't see any signature here on behalf of government.
There is no signature on it,
yes,
on behalf of government.
I can't see.
Very well. There was a letter which indicates that Mr. Mamburu Njai should endorse. So it looks like it's Mr. Samba and Mr. Bazi who initialed the agreement.
Yes.
And you didn't get a signature from the government.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Put the package together. Okay. Can I have the package? Let's go on to the second part.
Okay.
Now we know, as you have indicated, that this one did not go through. And you said yesterday that a company was identified, which is KGI International.
Yes.
And tell us how the transaction was then structured.
How the transaction was structured, a loan was availed, like I mentioned, to KGI. A loan was availed to KGI for $2 million. And we have the offer letter with me here. And we got a corporate guarantee of Social Securities and a letter of set-off from Social Securities to the tune of $2 million. And we have the loan agreement between Guarantee Trust Bank and KGI. So once this loan was granted, the 2 million was transferred into Gambia's account.
So it was a condition precedent to the granting of the loan that there had to be
cooperation in form of a lien on fixed deposit.
That was one of the conditions?
Yes, please.
Yes,
that was
you.
After the discussion, yes.
Right. And then Social Security did provide the corporate guarantee?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have it in that package?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And there's a resolution of the board, you said, to that effect?
There's a what?
There's a resolution of the board to that effect.
Which board?
Social
Security's board?
Yes. Who signed?
Okay. The signatories are Pa Bojang for KGI, and for Gamvej was Mohamed Bazi and Amadou Samba for Gamvej.
Did they both sign?
Yes, please.
Did they both initial the agreements, or all
yes,
three
they
of them?
Did. They
all
did.
three initial the agreements?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's put together the package. Can you collect the package? So subsequent to the transaction being agreed and Social Security fulfilling its part, was a loan given, disbursed to KGI?
Yes, please, ma'am.
So what happened?
A loan was disbursed, and like I said, it was used. Okay. So, like I said, in this, when we didn't get a response from them, we also wrote to Social Securities, giving them a notice of a set-off. That was on the 28th December 2015. And we also wrote.
And what did the set-off constitute?
That we are going to offset the So it was on the, hold on. I can't see it. Sorry, I'm going through it.
Could it be 28 December 2015?
28?
28.
Let's check.
Gambia will probably not helpful to you because I'm going to show you a document. You can confirm whether this is an extract from the Social Security account with you.
Okay, yes, that's true, on the 28th of December 2015.
That's an extract of the Social Security account with
yes,
you,
ma'am.
Showing the debit of 80 million from that account.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you add it to your package, please? The package that you're compiling, those documents. Thank you.
You want me to add it to what?
To those letters that we are looking at, we are going to have them admitted. You can add it to them, showing, of course, the the set-off you mentioned. So what then happened after that?
Okay, afterwards, we like I said, we wrote to Social Securities. Social Securities, I think one way or the other must have gotten in touch with the Office of the President regarding the set-off, and they got a letter which we were copied in, stating that these funds, that the guarantee was supposed to have been called off since 2012.
Exhibit.
There was a letter from government. It's not here. Okay, the letter was dated 4th of January, addressed to Managing Director of Social Securities. Government acknowledges a loan of 750 by installment to invest in Gamveg, but we are no longer interested in the factory. Therefore, government is withdrawing from the deal immediately and asking for the refund of the amount so far paid, after which the factory can be sold by the bank if they wish to. So this was a letter that was sent on 4th of January. And once we got this correspondence, we informed our board, and I remembered on the 20th of July when the board sat on this issue, we had discussion on the issue of the KGI and the offset, that we're going to reverse the 80 million and the liability of KGI was going to be transferred to Gamveg, and Gamveg will take over the liability. And that the two owners of Gamveg, Amadou, Samba and Bazi, will share the amount equally and take that amount and pay the bank back. And that was what happened. Yes, ma'am.
That was how it was dissolved. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
let's have all the documents together. Now, do you have the fixed deposit that was liquidated?
Yes, ma'am.
What was its tenure at the time it was liquidated?
What was the what?
Its tenure at the time it was liquidated.
Normally, Social Securities fixed deposit is always a 1-year tenor fixed deposit.
And on what was the what was the interest rate on the fixed deposit account?
I am not too...
The transaction between Gamveg and the bank in relation to a loan, in relation to the purchase by Gambia government of Gamveg Oil Company Limited, which actually should be Gamveg Oil Limited. The second package comprises the transaction between KGI and Gamveg, secured by
Huh? Is there?
This is HFC. It has to be social security.
Yes, Mr. Bolaji, that letter does not appear to have the name of the addressee. Can you insert it, please, and initial against it?
Initial.
Yeah. Have you initial it? Have you put your initial against it? Yeah. All right. Okay. Now. Yeah. Thank you. business sale agreement, undated but presumably dated on or about April 2010 between Gambia Oil Limited and Government of the Gambia, re the sale of the Gambia business and assets as a going concern, plus related correspondence. Admitted Mark BB 75A. Correspondence commencing 29th November 2011, ending 4th January 2016. Between KGI International, Social Security Housing Finance Corporation, GT Bank, and the Office of the President, re-term loan of $2 million in favor of KGI plus SSHFC bank statement confirming debit of $80 million, i.e. $2 million. Admitted Mark 70 BB 75B. One, business sale agreement dated 27th October 2010 between Gambia Limited and KGI Limited, re the purchase of Gambia business and assets as a going concern. 2, loan agreement dated 25th December 2011 between KGI and GTB relating to $2 million. 3, bank facility letter dated 28th June 2012 concerning the said loan. 4, corporate guarantee for $2 million by SSHFC in favor of KGI. 5, letter of set-off dated 27th December 2011 for the sum of $2 million by SSHFC to GT Bank, all in one bundle. Admitted Mark BB 75C.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no further questions, so the witness you may have.
Very well. You may leave. Thank you.
I recall the Governor of Central Bank, represented by Mr. Atikan Diba. Mr. Atikan Diba. He has to be sworn. Did somebody go to call him?
I swear by the Almighty Allah
I swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
that the evidence that I shall give to this commission
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
You can wait for the instruction.
Thank you.
Could you state your names, please?
My name is Atikan Diba.
Can you spell the first name?
A-T-T I-K-A-N.
You work at the Central Bank.
That is true.
What office do you hold?
I'm a principal finance officer.
Where do you live?
I live in Burusubi.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
The governor was summoned to produce the statement of account and related documents relating to the HIPC and MADRI relief account.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have it?
Yes, I have it with me.
You have the statement, and what, do you have the account opening information?
Yes.
Transaction documents? Do you have
Yes,
them?
we also have that.
You have all the transaction documents?
About 95%.
About 95%.
Yes.
Very well. Can you put them together? We will admit them. Could you tell us what HIPC and MADRI stand for?
The HIPC stands for Highly Indebted Poor Countries.
Highly indebted poor countries.
Yeah. And the other one, MADRI, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Okay. This is a direct rate of treasury account.
Yes, it is.
Okay. When was it opened?
This account was opened on the 9th day of July 2007.
9 July 2007.
Yes.
Right. Instructions to pay money out of this account were received from which department?
It will be coming from the Accountant General's Department.
Right. Now, can you put them all together? I would like to admit them in a bundle. I'd just like you to confirm that from the statement, these transactions I'm going to mention, the transaction documents for the ones I'm going to mention were found.
Okay.
The debit maybe I should just ask a general question. Have you found the transaction documents for all the debit transactions?
Let me confirm that quickly.
Since you say 95%, I think it's quicker to tell us which ones you could not find.
Yes, I will be able to tell you very quickly. Yes, we found for all the debits, except for 2 of them where we only have the voucher, the supporting instruction.
Yeah, which ones? Then which ones? Give us the dates and the amounts.
Transaction dated 24th day of December 2010, 131 million.
24th December 2010.
Yes, 131 million.
Dollars.
Yes, dollars. 131,708 dollars. 8,741.00.
Okay.
That's a credit.
Oh, you couldn't find. I'm talking about debits. Which debit transaction could you not find?
We found all the debits.
You found all the debits?
Yes.
Excellent. Could you just confirm, in relation to the transfer of $700,000 to Gambia Oil,
To
Gambia Oil Limited?
Okay. Dated 18th day of January 2011.
Yes. Could you confirm where the instructions came from?
The instruction came from the Accountant General's office. It is signed by Lamin Singate and Enquiry.
What is the date?
The date on the document is 17th of January 2011.
Okay. Very well. There's a cash payment stated according to this in the bank statement to be payment to HE. Cash payment of $9,810,500.
Date?
It's dated 24th of December 2010.
24th December.
$9,810,000. 24th December 2010. Debit transaction, $9,810,500 cash.
Yeah, I just saw it. Transaction. Yeah. That's the instruction.
You have the original statement with you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I suggest you look at the original statement.
Yeah, that's the original
But
statement.
you can't find the transaction.
It's here.
The transaction document, you can't find
It's also
it.
here with me. It is here with me.
All right. Thank you. Who gave instructions for that transaction?
Well, There was a letter dated 23rd of December 2010 from the first letter was dated 21st of December 2010 from the Ministry of Finance to the Director of National Treasury, and the Central Bank was copied, asking them to request the Central Bank to transfer these sums of money. And they wrote a letter to the Central Bank signed by Lamin Singate and Agnes Macaulay.
Okay, to pay cash 9 million.
A number of transactions, about 5 of them, and this happens to be one of them.
What are the others?
The one you are talking about was denominated in dollars. The amount in dollars is 350,000, and that is the dollars equivalent you are seeing.
Okay,
you have another one of 2,100,000.
To be paid to who?
It was paid for Christian pilgrims. Christian pilgrims. Okay.
Christian pilgrims going where?
To Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, yes. Okay. And you have another one, $1,382,533.91 bututs. Government's here on the hosting of the Wama Media meeting in Banjul. Okay. You have another one, $7,120,000. It says paid to GIA on behalf of Central Bank of the Gambia. Yes.
These are the transactions.
And finally, two more to go. 8 million GRTS user fees.
GRTS user fees.
User fees, yes. It's paid to a trust bank account. And you have the last one, also 8 million, paid to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. These are the transactions in this list.
I see. All right, very well. Can you put them together? We will have them admitted. I'm sure the Director of National Treasury would be able to explain the rest of the transactions. Okay. You said it was a highly indebted, poor country fund.
HIPIC stands for that. Yes.
How much went into this fund? Can you tell?
Yes. The total credit in this account stands at 305,657,341.14 bututs.
Is there any balance left?
Yes, the total withdrawals were 295,105,594.45 bututs, leaving a balance of 10,551,746.69 bututs.
When was the last transaction?
The last transaction on this account was on the 30th of December 2011.
In the debits that you have seen, how much money went into the National Treasury?
How much money went?
Money, yes, into the National Treasury.
Out of this total debits?
Yeah, Treasury main account from the debits.
I did not establish
You didn't establish that. Okay. Well, thank you. Put it together. We'll have it admitted. There's a paper called Facts about the HIPC account.
Yes.
That was prepared by office.
I prepared it.
Could you initial it? Because I'm sure the Commission is going to ask you to do that. You will also be required to provide a soft copy of the statement exported to Excel.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Can I send it via email?
Yes, you may, to the Secretariat. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted account opening information, statement of account, and transaction documents of the HIPC MADRI relief account at the Central Bank of the Gambia?
talk to him. Please call Mr. Diba. Mr. Diba, we have all these documents with the name HIPIC and Madri Relief. You have told us about HIPIC. But you say you do not know what Madri means. Well, you'll have to find out. Next time you come here, please tell us what Madri is. I'm sure you have a way of finding out.